what are we talking about today, Riley?
Today, we wanted to do a video about claiming your charitable tax credits. So, tax season, there's a bunch of tax credits that some people know about and some people know about, but they don't really know how it works. And I think
Mhm.
this is maybe one of those ones that people don't know all of the different ins and outs of it. So, we just wanted to kind of go over it, give you a little bit of an overview, and maybe give you some ideas for things that you didn't know about.
Right. Okay. So, donation tax credits are one of the best tax credits because you get your 15% on the first $200 of your donation, but the rest you get 29%. So most tax credits you only get 15%. Donations is actually bumped up to 29%. And there is a limit on your donations, so it goes up to 75% of your net income, which is quite high. You could be a super charitable person and still potentially get to claim all of your donations. Of course, donations are a non-refundable tax credit, which means if you don't have any tax owing, you can't claim them because there's nothing to claim them against. But you can carry donations forward for up to 5 years. So if you can't claim it this year, you can claim it next year or the next year. So there's definitely some options there. To claim your charitable donation, you need to make sure that you are donating to a registered charity. And so this is a nonprofit organization that has registered with CRA, and they receive a business number with 9 digits and then RR, and then there will be a couple numbers after that. Most organizations, they'll send you a statement at the end of the year. Sometimes they'll send you ones throughout the year. So you make a donation once off and then they send you a donation slip, but then they still send you a donation summary kind of at the end of the year. So this is something that you want to be careful of when you are compiling your donation receipts, because sometimes you'll have multiples for the same one. So we know you can donate up to 75% of your net income, but we also know that you might not actually need all of the donation credits that are available to you. So an option that you could do if you are a very charitable person and you had a little extra cash and you didn't want to just give cash to your family members, you can actually make a donation in your family member's name. And then that way, whoever you've made the donation in their name of actually gets to claim that tax credit. So it's not an equal cash value, but they still get a portion of it back. And it's a nice little gift that, you can feel good about being charitable, and then, whoever you've gifted it to can feel good about getting their tax refund. Um,
It's a win-win.
yeah, it's a win-win. Something else that's come up too is donating actual capital property. So you can donate shares, stock options, capital property like a building, ecologically sensitive land. And so actually a little neat thing about gifting shares in particular is usually when you sell a share, there's a capital gain if it's appreciated in value. But if you donate the share, now you're no longer paying tax on that capital gain that arises from, selling that share. And so you get a tax credit for the fair market value of the shares that you've donated, and then you don't have to pay tax on the capital gain. Something else that I guess you might not know of is certain places like Habitat for Humanity. You can actually go, and if you donate quite a bit of material, I know they're big for home building, you can actually ask them for a donation receipt equal to the fair market value of whatever you've donated. And so you can claim that on your return as well. So there's definitely a lot of options when it comes to your donations. You do want to make sure that it does have that RR number on the receipt. Sometimes, if you donate to kids' sporting events, or, even if kids come to the door and they say, give me $2 for my camp or whatever, those wouldn't qualify. Sometimes when people do come to the door, you can check off that you want a donation receipt. So definitely do that so that they will send it to you. Donating to a political party actually gets you a bit of different treatment than just a regular donation. So it has to be a registered political party in Canada. And for this, you actually get 75% on the first $427 of donations. So before, for other donations, you get 15% on the first 200 and then 29% on the rest. For politicals, it's 75% on the first 427, 50% on the difference between 427 and 1423, and then 33.33% up to 32.38. So donating to political parties does get you a bit more. So what did we cover here? We covered a whole bunch of different things in terms of donations. So first thing we covered was you need to make sure you're donating to a registered charity. So it needs to have your RR number, which means that it's registered with Canada, CRA. You need to make sure that you have all the receipts and make sure that you haven't double counted receipts, because sometimes you'll get a receipt when you donate and then you'll get another one at the end of the year. You can carry forward donations up to 5 years. If you've missed one in a prior year within the last 5 years, we can certainly claim that for you. If it's a political party, then you can claim up to 75% on the first 427. You can give gifts to your family members through means of donating in their name, and then they'll get the tax credit. You can feel good about giving a nice gift to a charity, and they'll be happy on their taxes. And we also talked about gifting capital property. So gifting shares, you're now no longer paying tax on the capital gain from the difference between the sale price of the share and the original purchase. You'll get a tax credit equal to the fair market value of the share. We also talked about, maybe going to Habitat for Humanity and donating some things there and asking for a receipt equal to the fair market value of the property that you've donated. And also those little kids that come by asking for donations, if it's a registered charity, make sure you check yes, you want that receipt.
Right, so we covered a lot. There's a lot of options, and if you are getting your stuff together for your taxes right now, you just want to make sure that you're looking at any receipts you have for the calendar year of 2020 plus 5 years prior if you have things that you have left over to claim. And then these are some tips you can keep in mind going forward for future tax seasons.